I'm Bea.
And I'm Sam.
And we're two best friends who like to talk shit about smut, wingspan,
and sometimes books.
Join us every Wednesday for a new episode.
Welcome back, Smutterflies.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, or day of listening.
Whatever day you're listening, but it's usually a Wednesday.
How are you?
Oh, I'm okay. We've spent a lot of time together as of recent, but...
And I've loved every second of it.
Me too.
Good.
But as of listening, so if you're listening to this, you're like, girls, this happened fucking ages ago. But we're usually stocked with that. We're usually 2 weeks ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So we haven't been able to talk about this yet.
Where to begin?
Oh, well, first of all, we cheered for Callie Hart in Bath Literature Festival. And it was fucking wild.
I mean, have an author in the wings videoing you while you introduce them. What? I
think it was all wild, right? All of it. But the biggest thing for me was obviously they arrive early to with the sound check, right?
Sound check. Who are we? Sound check.
We were okay. And we arrived an hour early. And they were like, oh, so you're just gonna be hanging in the green room with Callie Hart. So we just sat there for 40 minutes.
Just chatting about life.
Just shooting the breeze with Callie Hart. And it's and she's so nice.
She's so lovely.
So cool, so chill. You literally just sat, you feel like you've known her for your whole life. But, I think in the moment it maybe didn't register, but after the fact, it was I just sat and chatted shit with Callie Hart.
Just what we do. It's just who we are now.
But it went really well.
It went amazing.
Not to toot our own toot, but we think it went really well.
Yeah, if you were there, let us know if it didn't go well.
But we thought it went well.
We enjoyed ourselves.
Especially considering with these things, they ask you to prep questions, of course. They give you a time slot. But stuff doesn't always run on schedule.
Yeah, life, unpredictable.
Yeah, and they wanted basically the audience Q&A to fill 30 minutes and it didn't.
Yeah.
So we had a good solid, 10 minutes, I reckon, of just no questions that we'd use our prep questions, and the audience wasn't asking anything. But I think we dealt with it.
Yeah, pros.
Pros. And then we went out and got absolutely shit-faced, which was lovely.
Yeah, we needed that. Our adrenaline was running on high. We were just buzzed.
I had such a lovely evening.
Yeah, and me.
It was so much fun. We say this all the time, but we've never been able to actually celebrate together as Welsh people do, which is with alcohol.
Of course.
Anything. We've never been able to do that. Yeah. So it was so nice to have that evening. It was lovely. And then we came back hungover, spent less than 12 hours apart. Maybe 12 hours while we slept. And then it was back on the train on Tuesday to go cheer for Danielle Jensen.
Oh, gosh, Danielle Jensen, the woman that you are.
Yeah, and that was also
incredible.
Wild and incredible.
We met some listeners and went for dinner.
Yeah, that was lovely.
Yeah, it was just such a nice evening.
I think we were considerably more chill for Dan because we didn't it was just taking that edge off. I'm not saying we're still shitting ourselves meeting Danielle Jensen. It was fucking wild. So if any of you guys who have found us since then because of that, hello, welcome. And also, I wouldn't say it's the wildest thing because we cheered for Danielle Jensen and Callie Hart, but somebody in the Danielle Jensen signing asked us to sign their book, and us a pair of fucking idiots were just we were not prepared for this. It was so kind of you, if you're listening. I'm really sorry we didn't get their name, did we?
No, she messaged us on Instagram,
did she?
Yeah,
okay.
To say, or TikTok, I can't remember. Okay. She messaged us on a platform to say thank you.
Aww.
And she was like, I hope it wasn't weird. And I was like, no, we were honoured that you asked us. It was so kind.
It wasn't weird. We just were very ill prepared.
Yeah,
and then
we were like,
we didn't want to sign it with a biro.
Yeah.
So then our friend Leanne was like running around looking for a Sharpie for us.
She took a Sharpie off Danielle's publicist.
Oh well. Oh well. Yeah. So needless to say, it has been what a weekend that was. What a couple of days. And then we both were in the stinkiest mood on the Wednesday.
God, come down from
we were
all
just
that
hungover.
high.
We were tired. We were like like you said, the adrenaline come down was just like that.
I think I've been miserable ever since, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You've not been. Even your dog was.
Oh my god,
grumpy boy.
So grumpy.
It's like it was like secondhand.
Yeah,
you know?
he was like, "Oh, they're grumpy, so I'm going to be grumpy."
He was so miserable on what was it? Monday afternoon. Yeah, when we got back here, he was miserable,
fuming. I was like,
and for him to be like that with me, he's never like that with me. Normally, he's like the happiest boy when I'm here.
He was misery guts.
He had the Cali heart come down.
Yeah, he did.
So big weekend. Hopefully, I say hopefully, but we're a bit quiet now. We've maybe got another one coming up, but we can't speak about it just yet. But maybe.
Yeah, hopefully in July, and hopefully we'll know soon, so we can tell you.
Yeah.
We're also trying to be better with our Discord, for one. We have a Discord channel. We've got so many channels in there for like what you're currently reading, your recommendations, reading buddies, so like your cats, your dogs, whatever animals you read with. We're trying to be more active in there and put more fun stuff in there. So if you want to join our Discord, the link is in our link tree.
And what's great about it is if you want somewhere to talk to people who listen to us and, you know, read the books and listen to the episodes, but you worry like, oh, but I haven't read all of the books you guys done episodes on. What's great about Discord is that the individual channels, so you won't, you know, if you only listen to us when we talk about, I don't know, Sarah J. Maas, but you haven't read anything else, but you don't want things spoiled, there's individual channels, so you're not going to get spoilers for other books.
And obviously the reason we started this podcast is because we had nobody to talk to about these books. And if you're in the same position, there's a lot of people in our Discord. You're going to find somebody with some commonality with the same, you know, if you've read like an obscure book, you can guarantee someone in there has read it too. So it's not only an opportunity to be able to talk with us, but it's an opportunity to be able to talk with other like-minded people in the bookish community. Yeah. So if you want to join our Discord, the link is in our bio. We're also trying to redo our Patreon. Obviously, Patreon is a subscribed platform, and we do already do Patreon exclusive episodes, and they're always a bit more fun, I would say.
They're just more unhinged. They're unedited. The books we tend to read are a bit more on the like crazier unhinged side.
We're doing Kiss of the Basilisk for June. We did Deep End for May. We've done just like silly things, like we did a sightseeing tour around Valaris. We've done a full ACOTAR deep dive in every book. So we did ACOTAR characters on Halloween.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Also, I can't remember which deep dive it is, but in one of the ACOTAR deep dives, we did ACOTAR characters as Toy Story characters, just like totally by accident. So there's lots of fun content in there, but there's also different tiers. You can get all the main channel episodes ad-free and early access to them. We're trying to work on putting raw footage out. So you'll get to see the video footage of us if you wanted to. If you just like listening, then that's absolutely fine. But we're going to try uploading video content to Patreon. So if you wanted to see us and all our silly facial expressions and me yawning 100 times, then that will hopefully be on Patreon soon. And we're trying to put merch on there.
So probably by the time this episode comes out, we probably have revamped the Patreon. So if what we're planning happens, there's going to be a tip tier, which is going to be like £1 or £2. Obviously, Patreon is an ongoing subscription, but the idea is you get availability to be in the Patreon space, to comment and to vote on polls and stuff. But it's literally just like a tip tier. And then our Wingspan Aficionado is our £3 tier, which is an exclusive episode every month. You get to vote on everything, you get to comment and so on. And if everything goes to plan, that Patreon exclusive will be, like Sam said, the raw unedited footage, like a video of it. Then we've got Inner Circle, which is everything you just heard. In addition, you get every episode, so author spotlights, main channels early, at least one day early. They're ad-free. And again, the plan is that the Inner Circle tier, which is £5, will get author spotlight footage as well, raw, if it pans out the way we want it to. And then we're bringing in a new tier, which will be £7, called Full Frontal, which will be everything you just heard. In addition, once a month, we will live stream a main channel recording. So you'll get like an exclusive link to only Full Frontal subscribers. And it'll literally be like a YouTube private live stream to us recording here in the studio. So you technically get to hear an episode a couple of weeks early. And it'll be like unedited.
Yeah, you'll see the chaos that goes into making these episodes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's... Oh, no. Are we going to talk about the throne thing?
Potentially, but I've got more to say on Patreon, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
We've been doing a lot of research into Patreon lately and reading up a lot on it. If you download it through the App Store on Apple, it seems like Apple takes a cut of what you're paying. So if you signed up to the £3 tier, you'd essentially be paying £5, but only £3 would be going into our Patreon pot. So we would recommend going on the Patreon website and doing it that way, because you're not going to get charged any app fees. So just take a look into that if you are wanting to sign up to the Patreon, or if you are, then maybe have a look at that. And my final point is just to say, like, obviously we're trying to push Patreon and get Patreon subscribers, but every single penny that goes into Patreon from our subscribers goes back into the podcast. We don't go out on a bender on your money. We don't like buy ourselves new clothes on your money. Like, I promise you, none of it goes physically into our pocket. It goes on stuff for the studio, mic, like we're trying to save for mics. We want new furniture for the studio. We want to make the podcast better. We want to buy new things. We want to be able to sell merch. So every single penny that we earn through Patreon goes straight back into the podcast. I don't want anyone to think, oh, they're trying to push me to subscribe to something just so that they can have more money in the pocket. That's absolutely not what we're trying to do. And we never, ever, ever want anyone to feel pressured into subscribing to anything. Yeah. Like, you come first. Like, if you're willing to contribute and subscribe, then that's amazing. But there's never any pressure. Main channel episodes will always, always come out on Spotify and all the other streaming platforms. You'll never miss out, other than Patreon exclusive episodes. You will never ever miss out. So please, nobody ever feel pressured to our Patreon.
Yeah, and we have had a slap on the wrist because we kind of went through a phase of, one of the bonuses of Patreon is every time you subscribe to any tier, you get a shout out every episode. We got really lucky that we went through a phase of having quite a few subscribers on an ongoing basis. So because we were mentioning it every week, because we were having new subscribers, it kind of has a knock-on effect, which is amazing. And then we went through a phase of not having as many, which is fine, that's okay. But it meant that we've just completely like fallen off the bandwagon. And we were actually talking to a listener the other day and they were like, I had no idea you guys had a Patreon.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, we're like slap on the wrist. We're not. And so we are going to talk about it, like just mention it at the beginning and end of every episode. Like Sam said, this isn't like, please subscribe, and we don't want anyone to feel pressured into it. But the only way we can like continue to do what we're doing is to have some kind of offset. We're not talking, like, by no means are Sam and I going to give up our day jobs to become full-time podcasters. Like, that's just not, I mean, that's not what our intention, but it, you know, if it is, we want to be able to give you more. It's like a cycle, isn't it? Like, we want to be able to give you more, but we need to have the availability to do that. And it's like a thing. But yeah.
We're also looking into a website, an app called Throne.
It's probably, when you're listening to this, it'll probably be set up, to be honest.
Which is very like on brand for fantasy. Like, how many throne scenes do we have?
Bang.
And basically what Throne is a bit like an Amazon.
Amazon?
it's a bit like an Amazon wish list in that we can upload things that we would want, but rather than you spending, microphones are expensive, they're hundreds of pounds.
Yeah.
We wouldn't expect you to buy us a microphone, but you can make a contribution. So you could choose something and make a £1 contribution. And obviously if 100 people did that, then that's £100 towards a microphone.
Yeah.
So it's a more
one-time.
Yeah, it's a more one-time thing, and it's not breaking the bank, we hope, for you.
Yeah.
Obviously B and I will also be going in and chipping away at these things, at the end of the month. If we've got money left over from our salary that we've had that month, we can also go in, so we're not solely relying on you guys to like buy us anything. Again, there's absolutely no like pressure and no expectation, but it'll be there if anyone wants to contribute in any way. Then Throne should be set up by the time this episode comes out, and if not, very
because that's the only thing with Patreon is like it is an ongoing subscription.
Mm-hmm.
So we get that like not everybody's in that position, so we kind of wanted to have the two available, so like it's there. The main focus at the moment is trying to work towards some new mics. That is
so we
like,
sound fresh and crisp in your ears.
Because like we didn't have a fucking clue what we were doing when we started this. You buy a mic because you think it's a mic.
Do you know what as well? Obviously I got gifted this. One of Steve's friends does like streams gaming, and he gave me this. So I think because we already had this, you were like, oh well, I'll just buy the same one. And like as time's gone on, we've realized they're probably not the best mics for two people sitting in the same room. They're
good mics, but they're
very,
not
very
for
good.
podcasting.
They're very good mics, but more tailored towards gaming, streaming, that sort of thing.
We learned about dynamic versus
denser,
and we're just fucking nerds at podcasting and sound and audio now. So we just need to get better at like, we're just so bad at like self-promoting. We're terrible for it, guys. We're like the worst people, and
we not that I'm not saying this as like other people sound beggy if they self-promote, but we're not those people that are like, oh, like us, follow us.
We just
we're just awkward beings, aren't we?
Yeah, it is. I think we always feel guilty when we talk about these things because we don't want people to feel like they have to do these things. It's amazing for you guys that do, and we love that, and we love it. But I think we feel bad, but we're still always pushing out 6 episodes a month. Like free of charge, and we will and we will always do that. Or at least 4. Like you will, if anything changes, we will always be here every Wednesday, like, or whatever. But we feel bad because it's like we just hate it. But we need to get better at it because
also on our Discord, we've created a channel for TikTok lives. People have been asking us all the time, when you going live again, live again, and we hate to promise things and not deliver. So our plan now is at the beginning of every week, we're going to sit down, we're going to talk to each other, as if we don't always talk to each other, just about our plans for that week and see what evenings would work to go live. And then we're going to put a schedule in to Discord so everyone can see when we're going live. It'll be a mixture of chatty lives, so just us talking and obviously you commenting and us chatting with you, and reading, writing, sprint lives. We're going to try and do a mixture of the two just to keep things fresh and interesting, and so that we obviously don't run out of things to talk to you about. It'll be a mixture of chatty and reading, writing, sprints.
And we're on the final note on all of this, and I think we're done, right, in terms of Patreon and stuff, is if there's anything you've just heard and you're not subscribed to Patreon, or if you are subscribed to Patreon and you're like, oh, I would love to see this, please tell us. Like, we want to do what you guys want. Like, we are very fortunate, not to toot our own toot, but like every month we have a good size listener pool. We are very fortunate. It's
very
far beyond our wildest fucking dreams. And we have a lovely group in Patreon. Who, like, we all know by first name. Like, I could literally name you every single Patreon member right now. I'm not going to do it for GDPR reasons, but like...
And same with Discord. Like, everyone that we converse with in Discord, like, we know their names.
Like,
we know everyone, even if
they're
nicknamed on Discord, we know who they are.
We know everyone, 100%. So, like, But we want to do what you guys want within this bubble. Like, obviously, if somebody recommended, like, no offense, but somebody was like, read fucking Saving Private Ryan, then we'd be like, no.
Yeah,
but
not
like
for us.
when we pick things, we're constantly worried that like we're gonna put out a Patreon episode and be like, I fucking hated that because we didn't want you to talk about that book.
Yeah.
Like, we can only judge so much. So like, if there's something that you want, please tell us. Like, the Patreons thus far have all been recommendations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, even if they recommend through Patreon, that are sometimes we're like, actually maybe that'll flip to main channel. Like, not to promise anything, I'm not saying when, but like the Beast of the Briar series, people have like really championed for it, and like it is coming. Can't say when, soon.
Also, Discord's a really good place to get in touch with us. Obviously, you can IM us on Instagram, TikTok, our emails in our bio. You can get in touch with us in various amounts of ways, but we have a Patreon channel in Discord where you can solely talk about Patreon and what you want to see. We also have an episode suggestion channel on Discord, so you can literally go in and say, girls, you have to do Crescent City, you have to do ACOTAR, you have to do whatever. Like, if there's enough want for it, then we will do it.
There's even a channel now for Sam's wedding.
Meg asked for it.
No, but
I didn't just do it. Like, Meg was like, we want to follow your wedding journey. So I was like, okay. So there's a thread in there, or channel, whatever you call it, called Sam's Journey to Matrimony.
I love it.
All B's writing updates are in there for her book.
I need to get better. But
I've been posting in there on your behalf.
Thanks, Mum.
There's so many channels, and if you come into Discord and you're like, oh, you should make a channel for this,
tell us.
Then the Discord members get to choose so much stuff. Like, we put polls in there all the time. The Discord members chose the nickname Smutterflies. That's where that came from. We wanted like a name.
Yep.
And Discord chose Smutterflies. So there's a lot. You know, you would get a lot of say if you're in the Discord channel.
Yeah. Agreed.
But again, no pressure if you don't want to be.
The Discord's free. Sorry, I feel like we just need to. Discord is free.
Discord is absolutely free. If you've never used it, it's just an app.
Yeah.
Like a chat app.
Chat app. Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, that was a lot of housekeeping.
What are you currently reading?
Like, nothing's changed. I've in the time that we last recorded, I've finished my author spotlight, which was Nature's Tributes, which was fucking class. It was so good. To go listen to the beginning of June's author spotlight if you want a spoiler-free episode on that. It was amazing. It's like Cruel Prince ACOTAR meets the Hunger Games. I fucking loved it. So I've read and finished that, but in terms of anything else, I haven't picked up Dustbound once. It's not because I haven't wanted to. I've just been so busy, and I've been editing. My edits have come back since the last time I think we spoke, guys. So I've been deep in developmental edits, and I'm still audiobooking Quicksilver. But honestly, I'm fine with that taking ages. I don't want it to end, because experiencing Kingfisher when he's like, how do I put it? Rutting? Oh, that's not a good word. So, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a religious experience. My car has now become my church.
Take me to church.
And I go to church every day. So nothing. But I'm not mad at it, because like, give me more.
Cool.
You?
Still reading Duskbound. I'm over 50% in Duskbound. Very much enjoying that.
So good.
Still audiobooking Quicksilver, but that's on pause at the minute because I ran out of Spotify listening minutes and I refuse to buy more. Maybe that can go on Throne, buying me minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm also reading Kiss of the Basilisk.
I'm gonna start it.
I'm one chapter in, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I've heard it's fucking unhinged.
I can't wait for that episode. That's going to be June's Patreon episode, if anyone is interested. I don't know how that's going to go.
And for anyone, like, we're sorry to keep talking about Patreon, but the Patreon episodes now come out within the first 2 weeks of the month.
Yeah.
So, like, basically by the 15th, the episode would have come out.
Yes, by the time this comes out,
I think so.
Because TBR Chaos comes out on Wednesday,
Yeah.
This is the Wednesday after, so that'll be the 11th. But it should probably will be.
Yeah, probably be out by
then.
See. Fucking wild. I'm so excited to read it.
Yeah.
Woo! Anyway, that was a biggie.
Yeah, that was a big opener. Sorry, guys. What are we here to talk about?
We are here to, I say finish off because it's not a finished series, but like we spoke about the Memory Puller and the Exile and the Savior.
Beginning of the year?
Yeah, it was before our breaks. It was the end of season 1, wasn't it? As we finished with Kris K Haines, I think, interview was our final episode of season 1.
So we're here to talk about Butcher and the Ballerina. What? Stop giggling!
I'm just happy.
Which is a prequel.
Yeah.
That has to be read third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what Kris was referring to as. I think 2.5.
Yeah.
But you can't read it. It happens before the first 2 books.
Yeah.
But you can't read it before the first 2 books.
Now, Kris knows I love this book. I've told her how much I love it. You know I love this book.
Yeah.
When I started this book and realised it's a prequel set loads of time before, I was like, I want Cassandra. I want Tristan.
Yeah.
I want Xenia. I want Kale.
Yeah, because I've
made a connection with them. I was like, oh, I got a full book of them not even being born yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, that being said, Kris had me eating my words.
Oh,
because this might be my favourite book of all 4.
This is, we're talking about it next week. I loved every single book in this series is 5-star.
Oh my God.
So it's like trying to pick your favourite child. Like, you do have one, but you shouldn't really talk about it, you know? Every single book I love in this series, and I fucking ate up Forever the Captive. I literally read it in like a day. I actually ordered it and it came the other day because I had an Amazon voucher, and it's fucking huge. And I was like, I literally did that in a day, and it's like this big. But this Butcher and the Ballerina is my favourite, I think.
So, Kris K Haines taught me what edging was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ronin fucking that girl in the shower.
You don't. Yeah.
And saying like, oh, she won't be happy that she didn't get to finish. I've been edging her for hours. She's not going to be happy that she didn't get to finish. I'm like, excuse you?
Yeah, I don't have words.
Honestly.
So I agree. When you're reading, because obviously when you would read this, and we both read this, we literally have read every book in like a fucking day. So you just love them. So when I was deep in Memory Puller and Exile and the Savior, and then when you start Butcher and the Ballerina, like you said, and you're like, oh, we're going back. And it focuses on 2 main characters. One of them we've never met before.
Yeah.
And the other is mentioned very briefly in book 2, I think. So like you said, you've made all these connections with a plethora of characters, but not these 2.
Yeah.
And I was like, kind of like, oh, okay. It has to be read. I knew it was like an essential reading, but same as you, like, I wouldn't say I ate my words because I had full faith that like Kris K Haines she is a phenomenal writer, but for it to be my favourite, like, speaks a lot. Like, honestly, it's wild. And I agree. Ronin being as dirty as he is,
it's fucking beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I agree. Those scenes, when Mireille walks in and he's just shagging someone in the shower and
literally face pushed into the wall, doing her from behind.
I didn't know that. I knew what edging was prior to reading it, but I didn't know that I needed it biblically.
Yeah.
But I do now, apparently.
Yeah. Also, Mireille being a ballerina.
Oh.
No. Oh, I was going stinking dirty, I was.
Oh.
No, just like, just knowing how flexible she's going to be. And like, in the splits on his cock or like with her leg behind her head, I'm just like, whoa, I'm here for it.
I love how like I started this episode by saying, guys, if you want to hear us more unhinged, head over to Patreon, and Sam's talking about
stretchy ballerinas.
Getting railed. I agree. I thought you were going to say, isn't it lovely like the scene where Ronin sees her dance, and he gets like emotional.
That is lovely.
It's stunning.
That is lovely, but more to the point that she can probably put her foot behind her head. That's just fucking class.
I think I could put my foot behind my head.
God.
I think I could probably.
Got a big belly in my way.
Me too, but I think I could still do it.
Okay.
I can't wait to hear what that sounds like.
That was today's yoga session. Hopefully you all followed along.
I'm freaking Kris.
Oh gosh.
You'll have to clip that. That's so funny. Probably for the edited version that everyone's listening to, like, guys, why are you all out of breath and laughing? And I would have just had to cut it by me and Sambo to try to put our legs behind our heads. Steve walked in. Like, I thought it was a Patreon, not an OnlyFans.
Yeah. I thought it was just nudity you couldn't put on there. Oh bloody hell. That was fun.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Do you know what? That actually hadn't crossed my mind.
What, that she's really flexible? I
didn't put it in a sexual context. I didn't put two and two together.
Everything is sexual for me.
No, I know. But I also didn't realise that I needed biblically, like water and air and whatever, is the MMC putting on lipstick of the FMC. Kris has actually had that. There's actually a character art of that. Have you ever seen it? It's on her page. God. Oh my God. And he's putting it on for her. He's like gripping her face like that. And yeah, it's...
So she's a ballerina, but also like a spy?
Yeah.
Or like an assassin?
Yeah, both. Or all of the above. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
and also a wolf shifter.
Hot.
And so's he.
Hot.
But at this point...
Not.
Yeah, so we can talk about that because in Exile and the Savior, which we've already spoken about, his wolf is free.
Yeah.
But at the point of Butcher and the Ballerina, that's what his like glowing
blue tattoos,
azure blue tattoos do, is they keep his wolf caged.
Yeah. But he can still like not talk with it, but like have like an inner monologue with it, and it'll like snarl at him and stuff.
Yeah. And also, I don't know, I love like a Marriage of Convenience, Eat It Up.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever read anything with like true fake dating. If you know what I mean. Oh, I fucking loved it.
Yeah, so he's brought in for a job because this guy is like throwing parties and people are going missing.
Yeah, and like a fucking lodge up in the woods. He's so fucking weird, that guy.
Yeah. Ronin is addicted to delirium.
Yeah, so this way this guy works is that he like has like obsession with like famous people, like people that are like make him look good. So they need to be invited. They can't just buy themselves ticket in. And they say to Mireille, like, you need to have a higher profile with someone. And Ronin's so known.
Yeah.
Because of his unfortunate background.
But obviously, like I said, Ronin's been addicted to delirium and just like living his life. And they say to him, if you do it, we'll unlock your wolf form.
Yeah.
And they tell Mireille, if you do it, we'll tell you who your father is.
Yeah, because she's been looking for him. But Mireille's fuming about it because she's like, I can just fucking do this alone. Yeah. Like, I don't need him to help me. I'm an assassin, babe.
Like, fuck off.
And obviously, like, Ronin's fucking shit at it in the beginning. Like, he's just like...
He's not sleuthy at all.
Not at all. Like, absolutely not at all. But
like, he doesn't show up. Like, they're trying to, like, do research and stuff beforehand, and he's just, like, pissing about.
Yeah. So they pair them together because if it comes out that Ronin and Mireille are, like, dating, that's a really... High profile couple,
yeah, because she's like, I can't think what it's called, but like the head ballerina.
Prima ballerina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know I needed fake dating. I didn't know that was a thing, but... Sorry, I knew it was a thing, but I didn't know that I liked it, but...
Apparently I do.
Yeah. And he fights in the fighting rings.
Yes.
I was thinking, why was he in a shower banging? But it's because he's in the fighting pits.
Yeah.
Raw. Next question.
He just spends all his money on delirium.
It is sad. He's at a bad point in his life then.
Yeah. So they end up banging. you're listening to this, then you know that we don't
Spoiler.
When he's like, you wait to be told what to do. She's just on her knees waiting for him. Oh, I'm fucking gagged.
Yeah, the spices in this. But also, I think the whole, once they get to like the house, the manor, the
lodge, whatever it is.
I think that's what they call it. I will say, as lovely as all the banging was, and obviously fake dating gives you so many like excellent, like tense scenes.
Yeah.
I love it. The whole like what the fuck's going on was really creepy.
Yeah.
In a good way, like in a really good way.
When they all pass out and like the guy's grandmother's there and they all go into like almost like dreamscapes.
Yes. And like when they say there's going to be like a performance and he gets that like really famous opera singer out of retirement and Mireille's literally like crying watching her sing because it's such a like special experience, and then he just lights her on fucking fire.
The fuck?
It was wild.
It was wild. Like this book was almost like a murder mystery.
Yeah, it is.
Romantasy,
it is.
But not in like a, I don't read murder mysteries. Why don't, like in a really good way.
Yeah, the setting was great. I loved it.
Yeah.
And his sorry, this is kind of like I wouldn't say a massive spoiler for the next book, but like a little bit, but I can say it. Like I don't think anyone will be offended if I say this. But there's characters from Butcher and the Ballerina that appear in Rebel and the Captive.
Yeah.
That we haven't had up until that point. And then reading Rebel and the Captive, I was like, ooh.
Hello.
We can cut this. But the Badger woman, she's one of the rebellion leaders. It's like is it like a honey badger or something?
Honey badger. And they're like, is the antidote to a certain poison?
Yeah.
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 I can't think.
But yeah.
Yeah. It is the honey badger. No?
Yeah. But I was, as grim as some of those scenes are, like the uncomfortable, obviously, and it's so twisty and turny, I was like really vibing with this book.
Yeah.
Really vibing with it. And then the last, what would you say, 100 pages?
Oh my God.
When they fight outside the lodge, kind of, I say at the end, because it isn't really the end, but like you think you come into the end.
Yeah.
And they kind of win, and it's all, I say happy, but like.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. We're done.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Kris stomps our heart out at the end.
Kris like punched a hole in my chest, grabbed my heart, pulled it out, and it was like bump, bump, bump in the air. Yeah.
When Mireille's like, fight me.
Yeah. Oh my God. When she's reading like how her father died, like my mind was skipping to that possibility.
Yeah.
But I was like, no. There's no way Kris isn't gonna, because like what I will say is like obviously there's the whole series is full of fucking plot twists. Like I predicted nothing about the series. Like
I've got 0 things correct.
Yeah, I have 0 theories because like what Kris's twists and turns are wild. But I felt like, no, this is me being like running away with it. It's not going to be that. It's going to be like
going to be a happily ever after.
Yeah, not that it obviously plays into the bigger story, but I thought it would be something like in present day in the main series, if that makes sense. Like I kind of thought maybe that's how she tie it in. Like maybe a character did it from the main series, like, and then when I read that it was Ronin.
And she's the reason.
Well, they fight and she gashes his eye out. Yeah. I cried like a fucking baby at the end of that.
Like I was gutted for her. I was gutted for Ronin because he's not that person anymore. And like they had this little lodge in the woods and they were just going to live happily in them, like be wolves running free and have little wolf pups. Like I'd set out a life for them in that lodge, and then he goes fucking ham.
And like understandably,
oh my God,
like I get it, but it was really hard.
Yeah.
It was a hard pill to swallow. Like I loved it because I was fucking gagged. And honestly, because for you it wasn't that big of a wait, was it, between the end of Butcher and the Bar? And not for, it was a massive one for me. It was a couple of months, but like between that and Rebel and the Captive, like I was fucking dying. But yeah, it was a hard one to swallow. Yeah. Because like you've spent the entire, like we said, it's different with Tristan and Cassandra because I'm not saying it's a slower burn, but you've had like 2 books of them getting together. But the way Kris writes in Butcher and the Ballerina is for you to go from like absolutely zero to literally being the biggest fucking Ronin and Mireille stands in the world. Yeah. Honestly, within like 5 chapters, let's be honest. It wasn't even like, it didn't take me till the end to get on board. I was, as soon as I heard edging, I was on board, Kris. Like I was, sign me up for $10. I
was like, okay, Ronin's mine.
Cool. Cool, yeah. But then like, you get your heart ripped out.
Yeah.
It's brave for like, not that every book in a romantasy has to be a happily ever after. I feel like the requirement is the end, the overarching ending. But yeah, I loved it though.
Yeah,
fucking loved it. And going into Rebel and the Captive, and we'll talk about that next week. But like going into Rebel and the Captive, ooh,
yeah,
it really emphasizes the end of Exile and the Savior. Which we can talk about because we talked about that.
Yeah.
Last season. But and this is again not spoiling Rebel and the Captive, but I did think that Ronin saying he was going in for his sister was a lie. Yeah. That he was really going in for Mireille.
Yeah.
Tartarus.
Like a big scary prison.
Horrible.
One scene that I loved from Butcher and the Ballerina is when Ronin and Mireille are arguing in the garden and the henchman comes round and he's like, what you doing? And he's like, oh, she's teaching me to dance. And then he starts dancing. That was honestly the funniest scene like ever. I was just vibing with that so much.
It was cute.
Because essentially they're all like barricaded in. There's like a
ward, like around the edge.
They're like in a dome almost.
Yeah.
Oh, that was just so funny.
Yeah.
And like him breaking free in his wolf form
at the end,
to protect. Oh my God. I was like, yes, Ronin. I was here for it.
Yeah, me too. I just love I love anything like forced proximity, obviously. But when I say I love it when someone has an addiction, I'm so bad. That's not what I mean. But you know when like
I love an addict.
Fucking hell. No, but you know, like because he is like hooked on delirium.
Yeah.
But then when he has the delirium, turns into a bit of a hornball. Let's be honest. Oh, I loved it. And oh my gosh, we almost we weren't going to forget this, but I nearly forgot it. Them bonding over playing chess.
Oh, because he played it with his sister.
It's like the hottest thing I've ever heard in my life. This is so hot. Have you ever? So this is so off topic. You know, Kris K Haines has special editions of each of these books, which like I will be purchasing once we have a full series once book 4's out. Have you ever seen what the covers are?
I think so.
They're like pin-up editions. Have you seen the Ronin one? Oh my God.
Stunning.
He has nipple. I'm sure he has like, does he have nipple covers on? I think he does. I know he has gloves on in it, but I feel like he has nipple covers. Maybe I'm just making that up.
Fanficking.
Yeah, fanficking. If you're thinking of any ideas for book 4, Kris, I'd really be open to Ronin in some nipple covers.
Back to like the murder mystery side of things. Obviously, they go under the manor in like the tombs.
Oh, yeah.
And they're basically looking for anybody who used to have elemental magic in their bloodline. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't think of the fucking word then. Like fire, ice, whatever, which isn't a thing in Memory Puller. That's not the sort of magic that people have.
Well, only wind has like survived.
Yes. And what this guy's doing is he's looking for people whose bloodlines show like fire or ice or water.
Yeah.
And then killing them and draining their essence because they're trying to bring back like a goddess.
The Adelphi?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Adelphine, is it? Or
Delphine is what thingy is like that's like the savior.
Just the Adelphi.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they think she was struck out. That was very interesting.
Well, all the people, because I don't know if you remember, there's a scene where they go to like a nightclub and they are talking to the brother of one of, because basically what happens is these people go to this lodge and they never come out. Basically, like everyone's getting, but there's no evidence of bodies. There's no like actual evidence they've been killed.
Yeah.
And so they get in contact with somebody who's been killed, Missing's brother.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like literally just disappeared the face of the earth.
But he snuck in there and escaped.
But that's essentially what you find out, is that people get invited. That's the creepy thing. It's like, and that's what they struggle to see, is there's no pattern.
Yeah.
Like, because the girl that got invited, whose brother they speak to in the nightclub, like, she wasn't like famous.
No,
she's, you know?
Yeah.
So they can't figure it out why they're getting invited. And obviously it's because he's researching people's bloodlines, which is why Mireille gets invited, because she has like a fire ancestry.
And then when they get killed, their essence is almost in like orbs.
Yeah.
Because don't they take the sister's orb? Don't they find it and take it? And
they're like under the greenhouse, if you remember, in like a cave kind of thing. Yeah.
Don't they take the sisters to give back to the brother? Sure they do.
Chris will be listening to this like,
girls, did you read this book?
Were you fucking fever dreaming? We did, Chris, I promise. We have done our research.
I'm sure they take it.
I can't call. I have the brain. My brain is a sieve.
Okay. I think they take it.
Okay.
Chris is going to be like, wrong,
you fucking idiots. When we interview it, like, oh, this won't be out before. Oh, no, it will be out before the interview. She'll be like, you're numbskulls. No.
Yes, what book did you read? I think they take the sister's essence. I think you can tell who's it.
Okay.
The grandmother was creepy as fuck, wasn't she?
His grandmother. Oh, yeah. Do you know what it reminded me of?
Oh, God.
I remember thinking this. I'm so sorry, Chris. You know, in Coco.
Sorry. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, just like sat in the corner, like just non-verbal, like on the edge of death. Like everyone's just doing everything they can to keep her alive, and she's literally like, just let me fucking go. Like I wanted to go like 10 years ago. Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, she was creepy.
Yeah, really. That's like we spoke about just then, but that scene where they all like get drugged or they drink it was so fucking weird.
She sees her dad, right?
Yeah, she does,
and he gives her a name.
Yeah,
that he says will be important. Find her.
When you get that revelation at the end that she is a relative of Cassandra, fucking insane.
Gagged.
And we can cut this, but we don't, even in Rebel and the Captive, we obviously know they're related because they got the same surname. Well, Mireille changed her name, but like her dad's surname was, but we don't know how they're related, do we? No. Obviously there's like probably Mireille's dad is like a great grandfather or something. But we don't actually know.
No.
But obviously Faye lived for so long that Cassandra and Mireille can exist in the same timeline. Yeah. But Mireille is literally like probably like a great aunt 10 times removed or something. Yeah. Wild. I didn't see that.
No, me either.
I didn't see any of it, but like...
Oh, yes. But I couldn't call a single thing.
But particularly...
I'm like, oh, I think in this one, there'll be a wolf. That's as far as my fucking knowledge goes.
I don't think I could have even told... Oh, no, we knew that Ronin was a wolf shifter, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah, literally, I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this ends on a big old...
Well, not just
a cliffhanger, because, like, you do get resolution, but...
Oh, it does, because...
No, but I mean, like, he gets injured. Like, you know they're not together. Like, you're sort of not holding out hope for the next book.
Yeah, like, and
going
into book 3. Yeah, going into book 3, they're going into Tartarus, and they haven't seen each other since that incident. But I will say, right, and this isn't a spoiler for book 3, but I did wonder... you know what I mean? Book 3 in the main series. Rebel and the Captive. My prediction, which I was so wrong, not a spoiler, is that Ronin was going into Tartarus purposefully, effectively, to assassinate Mireille.
Oh,
like he was going in because he wanted to kill her.
Took my eye, I take your life.
I was curious to know, like, I think how angry, like, because I know it ends with like. She's angry at him, right?
Yeah.
But I did think after that many years, as he just stewed on it to the point where he's like, I'm going to
fuck you. Yeah.
This is a comment on Chris on Goodreads. Like, she's left a comment that just says, The slow burn culminates into 8,000 words of spice that spans 2 chapters. You're welcome. Which honestly is like the biggest, dickest energy ever. Sorry. We're going to have to clip this. You're going to have to clip this because it's so funny. I have one quote highlighted in this entire book. And do you want to know what it is? Honestly, I forgot this fucking happened. I can't, you know, when you're like, I can't even read that. I'm so like, eek. I can read it. Okay. No, I got it. Okay. Ronin squished the female's cheeks, then spit into her open mouth. Fucking beg me for it.
Kris K Haines!
I'm going to do that one more time. Because I just feel like I need to. I feel like I could have done that better. Ronin squished the female's cheeks, then spit into her open mouth. Fucking beg me for it.
I beg you, Ronin, I beg you.
I'm just, this page is just littered with quotes. Do you think you deserve to come after sneaking up on me in the shower again?
Somebody's put a quote on TikTok.
Yeah.
Just a job, don't get it all excited. Is she pretty? Ronin scrubbed a hand down his face. Yeah, she was fucking gorgeous. Soft and curvy in all the right places with a strong pair of legs that wouldn't quit and an ass he wanted to sink his teeth into. Not to mention that lustrous copper hair and a face that males would start wars over. I guess if uptight killer ice queen with a massive stick up her ass sounds pretty to you. That was in his internal monologue.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's obsessed, and you know he's obsessed.
I love that both of their internal monologues, which is their wolves, are obsessed with each other, but they're constantly like, no, like, you're just horny. Like, no, leave it out.
Like, you do not fancy him.
I love it.
I'm like, yes, we do.
That's what this page says. So, so she's obviously, there's that quote that I just read. Mireille's wolf says, if they stop, I'm going to be extremely upset with you, her wolf whispered. If they stop, I'm going to be extremely upset with myself. And that's her like speaking back. Is so funny.
Oh, Ronin talking to Mireille. Don't worry, it was less snoring and more delicate whistling noise, like an off-key clarinet. Fucking adorable. He's obsessed with it.
I love how you're getting all the cute quotes.
And you're like, Phil.
This is after he's just edged that Deathstalker, and then she runs out the shower, and he says, Dimmy's going to be furious with you. I've been edging her for half an hour.
Do you know, for half an hour? Don't mind if I do, sir. Oh, that was Chris's video that I read.
Oh.
Realise that. Sorry, Kris.
She's like, hey, that's mine.
This is Mireille talking. Also, since I am the senior agent on the assignment, and then Ronin, I'm not an agent at all. Don't remind me, she mumbled, then raised her voice, lacing it with all the authority she could muster. And don't interrupt me. Since I am the senior agent on this assignment, you'll do what I tell you. Do not question me, nor offer up suggestions. I don't need your input, and if you think I do, I really don't. If I tell you to jump, you ask how high, then leap for the sky with a fucking smile on your face. Yes, ma'am.
That's so hot.
So fucking hot. I fucking love a woman of authority.
He loves it as well, clearly. Which is really interesting because obviously, you know, we don't have much about Ronin prior to the beginning of this book, but like the opening, well, one of the opening scenes, the very early on scenes, is him like banging that Deathstalker in the shower. But everything about what he likes in intimacy is control.
Yeah.
And I love that, like, she's kind of the opposite. Although, yeah. But then it gets him going because he's like, actually,
yeah,
kind of fucking love it. Oh my god, I keep knocking the mic.
Rock the mic twice. I got, you got, we got everybody.
In a while, the Robbie Williams is like so big over here, but like non-existent in the US.
Yeah.
Like nobody, like you could just walk in down the street and nobody would fucking fog who he was.
All right, mate. Anything else to say on Butcher and the Ballerina?
It's just a horn fest.
It is.
And I love it.
It's
Look,
so fucking
It's not
hot.
just a horn fest. No, that's not giving it the credit that it's due. It is fucking class. Even without the horniness, it would still be fucking class. Yeah. But I think it is my favourite.
It is.
But like, we're not done with this series, so I don't want to...
Put all your eggs in one basket.
Basket. We just never know. Like,
no. But for now,
yeah,
number one.
I mean, but like, barely, because the other three are fucking class. Book one of Memory Puller is incredible. I think that's my second favourite. And then I feel like Exile and Saving Rebel the Captive are like joint.
Don't know.
Oh.
Don't know. Any parting words?
More edging in book 4, please, Kris.
Yeah. I'm into edging now. Like reading about it, not doing it. I don't do sex, ma'am. If
you're wondering what Sam means by that, is over the weekend while we were on tour, we weren't really on tour, but you know what I mean. Fuck, it was only whatever reason. Sorry, Tracy, if you're listening, but Sam's mum started following us on social media. And Sam had a little mentee bee about it. Yeah. So, for all we know, your mum has just listened to a 40-minute episode of us essentially just talking about how much we love edging.
Yeah, but I love reading about it. I don't do stuff like that.
Sam doesn't do that stuff. Sorry. If you're listening, Sam's mum,
Kris introduced me to it and I've never tried it.
Before reading these books, she didn't even know what sex was. No. So
yeah, Kris has infiltrated my mind to put all dirty thoughts in there.
And what I have to say, definitely don't subscribe to Patreon to listen to Deep End, because
that was rough, wasn't it? Because why did I say the things that I said in that episode?
It was so funny.
What compelled me to say? I think I was drugged.
Who do you think drugged you?
That's Ali Hazelwood.
That's wild accusations, that is.
Ali Hazelwood spiked me before we recorded Deep End because
you were a hornball the entire episode.
I said some questionable things in that episode. I'm ashamed of myself.
Why? Oh, I don't know why. It was funny.
Was it?
Yeah.
For you. You were the one saying it. I needed to have a sit down with myself after that. Anyway, join us on Discord, join us on Patreon, join us on social media.
Join us next week
at a pod of Smut and Wingspan. We will be back next week with the newest installment from Kris K Haines, The Rebel and the Captive.
Yes.
And then the week after, we will be sitting down with Kris herself again.
Our second returner.
Yes, a second returnee. We absolutely love this series.
Yeah.
Ate it up, and we're so glad so many of our listeners have read it off our recommendation.
So many of you read this and I love it. I will say, like, maybe this is a future episode because we but like God tier series.
Yeah.
This is God tier.
Yeah, I agree.
This is like, it doesn't get better.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Every single book is 5 stars. The entire series is
smash.
60 stars.
Yeah. We will see you smutterflies next week.
Yeah.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at a pod of Smut and Wingspan.
See you next week.
Bye.